the 4 funnest classes in Gloomhaven. My opinion, of course. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what classes you had the most fun with. And I mean, this is pretty subjective, right? But I think this is a video that's really in the spirit of what Gloomhaven's all about. I talk about a lot of different things in Gloomhaven, you know, how stamina works and, you know, some min-max kind of stuff. And, you know, I get pretty detailed into the analysis on Gloomhaven. If this is the first time you're, you know, to my channel, go ahead and check out, you know, my other videos. You'll see I get pretty deep into it. However, the number one thing that I'm interested in Gloomhaven is having fun. And that's why I've house ruled things. I've flipped more coins to resolve rule issues, especially back in the day when I was first playing, like 2017, 2018, etc. I've flipped more coins than I care to even remember, just to resolve some rules so that you can keep the game flowing. So, number one thing, have fun. And to me, these classes, they're just really fun. Let's get started with my first one, which is going to be an honorable mention, and I'll explain why here in a minute. The Elementalist. This guy is not actually officially part of the list because I think he can be one of the most annoying and the worst classes to play, but also one of the most fun. And that's why he's an honorable mention on this list and he's not on the list, because in the right party compositions, if you're at higher prosperity levels, the Elementalist is a really cool puzzle. There are a ton of things that you can do with this guy. On the flip side, if this is the first class you unlock, you don't have a good grasp of the game, your friends don't, you've got the wrong party composition, you're at low prosperity, you have trouble making elements, etc., you're not gonna have very much fun with this guy. You're not. You're gonna be like, are you kidding me? I just bleeped myself there. I'm getting good at this. Anyways, honorable mention, can be amazingly fun, can be one of the most powerful classes, but so situational as to what experience you're gonna get out of it. At number 4, we have the Beast Tyrant. And this was the most exciting class to unlock because of the 2 minis. I don't even know how many times we had conversations about like, hey, what do you think those 2 minis are? Is it like, you know, 2 like brothers or something, like 2 bruisers, 2 fighters? Was it, you know, like 2 different animals? What was it? Was it a mage and a familiar? You know, just, I mean, tons of different things. So I loved that part of it. The Beast Tyrant is also quite balanced. I love the teleporting mechanic. You can, you know, rearrange enemies, you can swap with your bear, you can swap any figure. It makes for a lot of cool plays in objective scenarios, stuff like that. And also, I like the summons for the Beast Tyrant because there's a bunch of different ways to protect. I mean, there's Borrowed Essence bottom where you can redistribute damage and keep them alive. You can shield them, you can heal, you can do a lot of things to, you know, manipulate what's happening with your summons. And so even though they're mostly melee summons, maybe all, I'm trying to remember here. Anyways, the summons are fun because of all the ways to protect them. The bear is super fun. I love the artwork too. It's one of the coolest classes. It just has a great cool factor and I really enjoyed it. At number 3, we have the Plague Herald. And I've got to say that when this was unlocked, it wasn't unlocked by me, it was unlocked by another person in my group. This was the class I was most jealous of at the time. I mean, truly. I was like, I wish I was unlocking this class. The symbol was really cool. And also, it's thousands of insects wearing a cloak, doing stuff. I mean, that's really neat. I just think the Harrowers are really, really cool. And when I even heard the name when this was unlocked, I was like, it was Plague Herald, right? I'm like, oh, yes, so amazing. I remember I'm huddling over my friend's shoulder like, hey, let me see those cards, right? He's like, get out of here. Like, get lost. I'm trying to figure this guy out. And I'm just, you know, buzzing around him. And also, I like the poison mechanic. poisoning enemies and doing different things, poisoning your friends and doing different things. And then I also like that you can fly. Almost forgot about that part. Flying. I mean, it's not a super powerful ability to be able to fly. I mean, using a lost card anyways. But I still just think it's cool. You can play a card, you can fly. Offhand, I can't remember any other classes that can fly with a card. If there is one, make sure you correct me. Let me know down below. But yeah, this class, I just loved it. I thought it was so cool, and it's pretty powerful too. Even after the nerf, still a pretty good class. At number 2, we have the Craigheart. And the Craigheart to me is the perfect class. It is the best balanced class in my opinion. It can do a lot of really fun things, manipulating obstacles, pathing monsters, doing that sort of stuff is really, really fun. And I love it. And I love the balance of this class. Just don't enhance Dirt Tornado with Curse. Just don't do it. It's too broken. And that's one thing. I did a previous video about why I don't really like enhancements. And a lot of it was around like, you know, cards like Dirt Tornado. Anyways, I digress. Super balanced. And did I say obstacles? Because I'm saying it again. Obstacles are so fun to reposition and really modify the battlefield. And this class just has the absolute perfect balance of power and abilities and everything that make it a complete package. Craigheart for the win. If you want to see where all these classes rank in power, I've got a tier list where I've ranked every class in Gloomhaven into tiers S, A, B, C, and D. Go ahead, check it out. I'm going to put a link up right here. I think you'll find it really interesting. And if you could, please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That's the little bell so that when I publish new content, you're notified. And I work with Noble Knight Games. I'm an affiliate of theirs. I think they're really amazing. They have the largest selection of games in the world. And they have all kinds of out-of-print stuff. So if you're looking for anything really cool from your childhood or, you know, something that you can't find elsewhere, you're probably going to find it here. So make sure and go and check them out. And one last thing, shout out to Big Viking Mats. They sent me this nice playmat. If you need a playmat or whatever, go ahead, check them out, and let's get to number 1. At number 1, we've got the Berserker. And she's just straight up a badass. Of all the overpowered classes, her fun factor, in my opinion, is way, way higher. And I won't spoiler the other classes, but I think the Berserker is very, very powerful. I mean, she can wreck bosses. She can wreck elites. She's got to use some lost cards and, you know, a couple simple low prosperity items will really push her stuff like Glass Hammer and Resolute Stand. Like, you can do some amazing things with a couple items and just dish out ridiculous damage. But she does have some drawbacks too, and that's a plus. That's a plus because it somewhat balances out the power. And she may be a little bit too overpowered still, but the dance of hit points, keeping hit points, you know, at half, or going really low in hit points and then going back up in hit points, managing that balance while dishing out ridiculous amounts of damage is so fun. And this was another class where I didn't play it for quite a while because my buddy got this class and he was in love with it and he played it for so long. It was almost to the point where it was like, hey, you need to retire. Stop phoning it in on your retirement goal and get your ass to retirement so somebody else can play this class. And it's just, I love it. I love how she looks. I love everything about the class. It's really powerful, but really fun. And it's my number 1. I just love it. Make sure, let me know, like I said before, what your favorite class is. And thank you so much for watching the video.